Hello, hello. This is my artifact episode number 3781. Today's date is December 25. It's been almost like a night at 9:41 p.m. Alright. Okay. So what exactly happened today? First of all, that ki I haven't really went to workout. Like what exactly happened now? Ki I was actually like, okay, yeah, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm kind of like doing my work. And my father told me that ki today we have wedding, so we have to go to lunch to the wedding. Okay, yeah. So I was kind of like doing my work till 1 a.m. and at 1 a.m. I went to lunch. I went to the wedding, had a lunch over there, came home at almost like a 2 p.m. Yeah. I 1 p.m. I went there. 2 p.m. I came. I had a lunch at the dinner, very heavy lunch. Then I record the artifact. Okay, yeah. And after I record the artifact, by the way, I kind of like simply do my design every single day. Today I trying to do design, but my design went failure. Okay, yeah. I took a photo I wanted to create, but it didn't really work out. And because of it didn't really work out means what? Like basically the design is not supposed to be match my expectation, and it leads to failure. It happened multiple times, yeah. Like sometimes now I kind of like think about that, okay, I should supposed to design like that way, but in reality it doesn't happen. Okay, yeah. And it kind of like create frustration, failure, things like that. Like what exactly is this thing na ki usually I decide to upload my content every single day, but because of this failure happened, my mind is not working properly, just like that, not working. Okay, yeah. Then I kind of like simply decided to not to go to workout, kind of like to sit in front of my desk and kind of like try to do a design. It didn't really work out, nothing really at all. I'm got really frustrated, so I just kind of like do something very different work. Like I don't know, like sometimes I got a little bit frustrated na. I just kind of do something different. Different work means like that. Ki instead of uploading reel, I kind of like had a lot of kind of like a only post that I already uploaded. I just have to upgrade them. Okay, yeah, with a kind of like a new texture and things and that, and that's what did that thing, which is kind of like a far little bit easy. I just have to put the prompt from the chip Gemini to ChatGPT. I kind of like only make the image as cool as possible as it can, but still it doesn't kind of like only work that way. Like I didn't really create the content, and that felt a little bit of kind of like a sad to me. And and I didn't really went to work out because of this kind of like a feeling sad and stuff like that. I was kind of like a sitting in front of my desk, like a basically since almost like a 3, yeah, 3:30, yeah, 3:30, no, 3 exactly, yeah, like basically somewhat something 3 p.m. to till now means almost like a 9 p.m. Okay, yeah. I was kind of like a on my room on in front of my desk. I haven't really moved, haven't really done, just being failure. Like I try, I fail, I try again, I fail, I try again, fail, and I got really frustrated. Like this is actually happened when you face the failure, it felt really frustrated, and that's why I'm kind of like a feeling not so good right now. But still, I accept the failure. I realize that okay, let's drop this idea. Tomorrow I will gonna. Okay, so I am realized that why this failure is actually happened. I think that na ki it's really essential me to do some sort of heavy lifting work early in the morning. Okay, yeah. Means what? Ki like a designing things should supposed to happen early morning, because early morning I'm kind of like a full little bit of charge and things like that. Even if something failure happened, I try to figure it out another design and stuff like that. I cannot able to kind of like create the design after I ate lunch, because after the lunch it was kind of like something so much like a clumsy work, okay, or kind of like something very lazy work. And in this lazy work I cannot able to create the content. For the creating content I need kind of like a full focus on things like that, and those full focus are usually happen in early morning. Like as soon as I wake up, I had my breakfast, I kind of like a have to be design my I have to design my content. So this is utmost essential thing. So tomorrow I have to be like basically what exactly I do in the morning. Soon as I kind of like assembly had my breakfast, I kind of like assembly spend 2 hours on kind of like assembly creating my artifact book. Okay, yeah. Like these I already mentioned that key whatever I kind of like uploaded those artifact episode on YouTube. I kind of like assembly download those subtitle, kind of like make that engaging to read and things like that. Put it in the Google Doc, make a book and things like that. Yeah. I spend almost like a 2 hour on that, but I shouldn't supposed to do that thing. I should supposed to be spend early morning on heavy lifting things. Okay, yeah. Sorry about this thing. Okay, yeah. And because of I haven't really worked, my entire body is not actually working properly. Like it's kind of like somebody rejecting the things that I, yeah, like at the moment I am not wanted to record the artifact. It's just like that kind of key. Like I don't know, I just wanted to kind of like simply walk here for a while, but still I realized that you know we should supposed to be record the artifact. Whatever. Okay, yeah. Tomorrow I will not gonna make that such mistake. I will gonna fix my mistake. Alright, yeah. Whatever. Let's just jump into the question. Okay, yeah. Okay, so question is, what if invincibility reveal hidden truth? Invincibility, invisibility kind of like a reveal the hidden truth. Okay, what exactly is this question? Okay, first of all, what exactly is this question and why am I asking this question to myself? This is what if question. Why am I asking this question to myself? What if question is always really interested way to give the answer. It kind of like a force you or force me to think about that reality. When I try to think about that reality or when I try to create that reality, I'm kind of like utilizing my knowledge and information and experience that I've been through, and somehow it kind of like felt good. Disclaimer: the information that I'm trying to tell you is not exactly right or is not exactly wrong either. It's a raw, it's unfiltered, it's just my opinion. So do not believe in any kind of like information that I am saying, or do not seek for any kind of like information that I am saying. It's just my opinion, and opinion are subjective. Alright, yeah. Now regarding about the question says that what if invisibility reveal the hidden truth? Now in this particular question, it's not meant to be a kind of like a being invisible. No, it's meant to be kind of like a telling us that a kind of like a somebody that you like let's just imagine a person who is a kind of like a saying I am fine, but there is a kind of like a inside there is a person who is a kind of like a feeling sad, and you know because of that those people or people around you are kind of like a somebody invisible means like that, not hidden, a kind of like a somebody like a like a like a basically is this thing na ki the stuff that they are pretending they cannot able to do pretend. Okay, yeah. Like what exactly is this thing that you just know they are kind of like a pretending that they are kind of like or lying that they are kind of like a fine, but in reality they are not fine, they are kind of like a sad and things and that. Okay, so Imagine a world where would kind of like some people would have a kind of like some power that people would understand that ki if people are lying or not or things like that. So if such thing will gonna happen, like people will kind of like simply have invisible hidden truth are revealed, then what is actually that world? First of all, that in this particular world we might not lie. Okay, that's kind of like a one thing. Okay, yeah. Another thing is that na ki we always gonna kind of like somebody tell truth to the people. Okay, yeah, which is also really good, but it's not kind of like a somebody like a basically what I'm trying to tell you is this thing. Are you kind of like a person who are kind of like considering lying means wrong? Yeah, sometimes lying is wrong, but sometimes lying is kind of like a somewhat something essential. Let's just say that ki a particular person who had a cancer and that particular person will gonna die within a month. So in this particular that but that man doesn't really know that he will gonna die within a month. And right now he kind of like asked to a doctor that ki may I able to kind of like live or not. Then what does doctor should supposed to be say? Like a doctor would say that ki no, you might not live, you just have a kind of like a 1 month to live, and then after that you're gonna die. If the doctor says that thing to the patient will not gonna survive for a month. Might be kind of like a tomorrow or day after tomorrow he might gonna die, because he always have kind of like a scared that after a month I might gonna die. Like sometimes na kind of like somebody being scary kind of like somebody create a chaos more than real chaos. Okay, yeah. So it's kind of like something not good. Okay, so sometimes doctor should supposed to be lie. Doctor should supposed to say that ki just hope for the best. Okay, yeah. You have to live the life as much as you can. When you will gonna die, you will gonna die. But make sure whatever the life that you have, enjoy this particular life. If that doctor says to the patient might gonna kind of like started living his life, whatever the life he has, like at least for a month, he might be gonna live the life as much as better it possible it was. Okay, yeah, within a month he will gonna die. Yeah, he will gonna die. Okay, yeah. So this is what it is. Lie is somewhat something somewhere essential. Like imagine a particular scenario that a particular person loved to sing, but he was kind of like a singing very terribly. Now you could kind of like correct him that ki you shouldn't supposed to be spacing and things and that you might gonna hurt his feeling, and that particular person might not gonna sing again. This is completely wrong. Because of that ki obviously when the people are love to sing and they are kind of like very terrible at singing, those skills will gonna improve throughout the time. But it is really essential to not broke that hope, because hope is really essential. Obviously skill will gonna improve, but that hope should supposed to be stay stronger. And that hope kind of like somebody stay stronger when we kind of like tell them that you are kind of like somebody singing really good, but you have to something work on yourself or something like that. A kind of like somebody give them a construction criticism, a constructive criticism. When this thing actually happened, then that particular person might not gonna hurtful. That particular say that okay, yeah, this is the kind of like a things that I'm wrong in it. I have to fix that thing. And this is what kind of like a real world happened. Okay, yeah, if we are kind of like a telling the truth to them, dude, you are kind of like a singing very terrible, don't sing again or things like that, that particular person might not sing again. And the person would supposed to be became a kind of like a singer in the future, that particular person might not become that particular person, might not become a singer. Why? Because you told them that you kind of like sing terribly. So it's like sometimes now we are kind of like a lie, we are kind of like somebody telling something that, but it's supposed to be kind of like a meant for right reason. Okay, yeah. yes, it's like I don't I think that na ki it's our emotion. Okay, yeah. Like basically sometimes na I am feel kind of like a sad inside, but I don't want to tell them that ki I am sad and things like that. I'm gonna say fine, yeah, because of that na ki, like basically why do I supposed to spoil the environment regarding about my sadness and things like that. Like basically I came in front of the people or in front of the group because of I came out from that sadness and kind of like I enjoy the whatever the time that I have and kind of like I feel really good little bit. Yes, I'm sad from inside, but I just wanted to pretend that I'm kind of like really happy from outside too, and somewhat something for a while I might gonna be little bit happy, forget about the sadness, and when I came home sadness are always be there. So yeah, so it's not a kind of like a simply revealing a kind of like a simply hidden truth and things and that and that. Truth are kind of like a supposed to be came naturally. It should have supposed to be came kind of like a simply forcefully or kind of like a simply already knew that thing. No, it's not. Okay, yeah, because I don't know, dude. Yeah, it's I am not really kind of like a simply try to understand this point of perspective, but sometimes na it's just like that. Ki being invisible of kind of like a simply truth and things. I don't know. Whatever. It's just my opinion regarding about this particular topic. Okay, yeah. Now this is it. I should supposed to end here. Thank you.